can tell me it's not worth dying for. You know it's true, and everything I do it for you. Look into your heart, you will find there's nothing here to hide. And take me as I am, and take my life. I will give it all, I will sacrifice. Don't tell me it's not worth trying for. I can't help it, there's nothing I want more. You know it's true, and everything I do it for you. And there's no love like your love, and no other could give me more love. And there's nowhere I'll still there, and all the time, in all the way. You can't tell me it's not worth fighting for. I can't help it, there's nothing I want. Oh, I fight for you, yeah, I fight for you. Walk around for you, yeah, die for you. You know it's true, and everything I do, oh, I do it for you. Come stop it crying, it'll be alright. Just take my hand, hold it tight. I will protect you from around you. I will be here, don't you cry. For one so small, you seem so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and warm. This bond between us can't be broken. I will be here, don't you cry. 'Cause you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. You'll be in my what do they know? They need each other to answer all. They'll see in time. I know when destiny calls you, you must be strong. I may not be with you, but you got to hold on. They'll see in time. We'll show them together, 'cause you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. You'll be in my heart, no matter what they say. You'll be here in my heart, always, always. I'll be with you. Just look over your shoulder. Just look over your shoulder. Just look over your shoulder. I'll be there always. Baby, we didn't it's the rules that I got addicted to life. I swear. Listen. Grab it, so the right ground it's like a the story is not I never Thank you. Thank you. And I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my need. A lonely place to be. And so I learned to depend on me. And I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the great. Let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. And I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place, find your strength in love. Thank you. There is only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. We've been down that road before, but that's over now. You keep me coming back for more. And baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need, and I found it there in your heart. Isn't too hard to see we're in heaven. Down. Yeah, nothing can change what you mean to me. Oh, there's lots that I could say, but just hold me now, and all of my life away. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. Love is all that I need, and I found it there in your heart. Isn't too hard to see we're in heaven. Yeah. And I've been waiting for so long for something to arrive, for love to come along. Now our dreams are coming true through the good times of it. Oh, I'll be standing there by you. And baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. Yeah, love is all that I need, and I found that in your heart. Isn't too hard to see we're in heaven, heaven. Share my life, take me forward. I am, 'cause I'll never change all my colors for you. Take my love, I'll never ask for too much, just all that you are and everything that you do. I don't really need to look very much further. I don't wanna have to go where you won't follow. Back again, there's passion inside, can't cover inside, can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. No love like that forever. Don't make me close one more door. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Say you're yours if you dare. Must I imagine you there? Don't walk away from me. I have nothing, nothing, nothing. Well, the night has come, and the land is dark, and the moon is the only light I see. No, be afraid, no, I won't be afraid, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand down. Stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. And darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever I'm in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand down. Stand by me. Stand by me. What would I do without your small mouth? Drove me in and you kicking me out. Got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't bring you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm your magical mystery. 'cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning, even when I lose and win. 'Cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh, give me all of you. Cards on the table, we're both showing ours, risking it all, though it's hard. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning, even when I lose and win. 'Cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh, I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh.
Thank you. Check. Hey. Hello. Hey. Hello. Hey.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm not prepared for speaking. So I'm going to be reading. Okay. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here with us. It really means a lot to our family that you've taken out your time on Saturday evening to celebrate with us. So thank you for coming. Just a quick note before we begin to switch your phones off or put them on silent, and Ali, mine too. Thank you. Okay, so here's how the evening will go. We'll start with a short introduction, then a conversation between Sanjana and a very special guest, followed by some time for your questions. After that, we'll head back to Palm Court for high tea. Just over a year ago, Sanjana won the Commonwealth Short Story Prize, a global prize that celebrates the shared histories of the Commonwealth through the craft of writing. Sanjana's story, titled Aishwarya Rai, is set in her home city, in a Bombay that is familiar to all of us, full of contradictions, chaos, color, and questions. Now, a year later, we are so thrilled to be here today together to celebrate Sanjana's homecoming and her prize. We're all happy to celebrate with you. In South Bombay, eating vada pav. Before I introduce you to Sanjana and our guest, I'm excited to share with you Sanjana's journey to this amazing success.
Hi, my name is Sanjana and I'm from Mumbai, India, though at the moment I'm finishing grad school in Austin, Texas. My story, Aishwarya Rai, is about mothers, many of them. The first mother is too clean, the second mother is too beautiful. In her small Mumbai apartment with two thin walls and a too small balcony, Avni watches laundry turn round in her machine and dreams of a white limousine sweeping her away. The prize is one of few which prioritizes the place and context not only of the story but also of the work of the author. I'm grateful to be part of their mission of post-colonial placemaking and linkages. The Commonwealth Prize reminds me, our stories connect us. Thank you.
Now let's meet the regional winner for Asia, Sanjana. Her story is Aishwarya Rai.
My name is Sanjana and I'm from Mumbai, India. I've lived in a lot of different cities. I grew up in Mumbai, I went to high school in Dubai, I went to college in Boston, and now I'm here in Austin, Texas. Obviously, I draw from the immediate surroundings in the sense that I notice people, I notice details, and those make their way into my work. But the way that my current city helps me write is that it's not Bombay. I find it very difficult to write about a place when I'm in it. I find it much easier to write about a place when I'm at a distance from it. And so when I'm not in Mumbai, I can write about Mumbai. And when I am in Mumbai, I find it very difficult to write about Mumbai. So just by being in Austin, I find that I have easier access to writing about Bombay. So the story is called Aishwarya Rai. It's a story about mothers and daughters. I think it's really a story about like the push and pull between mothers and daughters. This sort of sense of like care and desire, but also resentment and frustration. How that relationship is fraught but necessary. It's about bodies, coming of age. I do think that storytelling traditions differ in every place you go to, right? Like storytelling in non-Western countries tends to have a strong oral tradition and tends to have less of a typical Western structure of like the beginning, middle, end. Those are useful constructs to think about as you're starting to write, but once you realize that that's not everything, that that's a portion of literature, but everything else is also literature, it opens up a lot of possibility. And so when it comes to Indian literature, I think I read a lot of it, but I also draw on a lot of Hindu mythology in my writing. part of me developing my style and arriving at the place I am now is having the realization that literature is much broader than the Western tradition of literature, that you can look to other traditions as well, that you can look to the traditions of your country as well and draw from that and give yourself freedom to know that different readers will have different levels of access to your work, and that's okay.
The overall winner of the 2024 Commonwealth Short Story Prize is Sanjana Thakur. Congratulations, Sanjana. Here's the chair of the judges, Jennifer Nansubuga Makumbi, telling her the good news earlier.
Well, Sanjana, I think you're going to be happier again, because I'm delighted to inform you that you are the overall winner.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
No, thank you for submitting to us, for sharing your story.
I really feel like this is too lucky and too much, and I'm so grateful.
You are it.
Thank you. I can't believe this.
Now let's hear from Dr. Anne Gallagher, AO, the Director General of the Commonwealth Foundation, the organisation responsible for establishing and funding the Short Story Prize.
It is my immense pleasure to congratulate Sanjana Thakur, this year's overall winner of the Commonwealth Short Story Prize. Sanjana, your story's keen observations on family and urban life have captivated readers and judges alike, demonstrating a universal appeal. Your creativity and sense of humour are unmistakable in your writing, and you have every reason to be immensely proud of this well-deserved achievement.
Thank you for reliving the excitement through each stage of this journey. And now I'm delighted to invite Sanjana and our guest for today, Colleen Philbin, to the stage to talk about Sanjana's writing journey. Colleen is a social worker, non-fiction writer, and educator, among many other things. She has been working for the past 35 years to promote meaningful change in society by facilitating open and honest conversations in non-profit organizations, universities, hospitals, and corporate settings about topics most of us struggle to talk about: racism, homophobia, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, sexism, mental health, addiction, and abuse. Colleen's work is rooted in the understanding that we rise or fall together. She is a strong believer in the power of authentic connections and relationships to drive personal and systemic change, moving us towards a more just and inclusive future. Colleen has worked in San Francisco, Philadelphia, and Chicago, where she is presently based. She has 2 beautiful children, and her daughter, Dr. Kate, now lives in Mumbai. Colleen has recently become a grandmother, and she is in Mumbai currently to savor that new role. We are lucky to have her here and as part of our family. Thank you, Colleen. Sanjana Thakur is a writer from Mumbai India. She is the 2024 winner of the Commonwealth Short Story Prize, a bread loaf environment scholar, and Best of the Net nominee. Her fiction has appeared or is forthcoming in Best American Short Stories, Granta, Michigan Quarterly Review, and more. Her poetry has appeared in the Adroit Journal, Booth, and Pigeon Pages. Sanjana is a graduate of UT Austin's New Writers Project and Wellesley College. She is now pursuing an MFA in poetry from Boston University while working on her first novel. Without further ado, Colleen and Sanjana.
Okay, does that sound good?
Does this sound good? Okay, thanks. So, Sanjana, I can't overstate what a privilege it is to be sitting in this seat. And I want to make every minute count, so I brought some notes. Let's start at the beginning with young Sanjana. And I'd love you to tell us, what's your earliest memory of storytelling or writing, or was there a moment when you knew you wanted to be a writer?
I think there's a few different answers to that. I'm not sure I can remember the first moment I ever thought that, but I remember in 3rd grade a poem about a Christmas tree getting published in the school's literary magazine. And I remember, different moments like that over the years. I think the confirmation that this was something that I wanted to do came when we moved to Dubai. I was very lucky to have a teacher in that school. He started a creative writing extracurricular. And it was his first year at that school, and it was my first year at that school. And I showed up the first week to his creative writing class. I think it was a Wednesday after school, and I was the only student who showed up. And he very easily could have said, well, this isn't going to work. It's just one student. I'm going to have to pivot. I'll try something else. But he didn't. He met with me every week for the year, and he took me seriously as a writer. He read my work. He gave me feedback. And I think that kind of attention and that kind of belief really solidified for me that this was something that I could do, and this was something that I wanted.
Such humility to give credit to one of your teachers, but also how important it is for all of us to nurture the talents of young people. I love to see you in my mind's eye, young Sanjana, but let's fast forward now and talk about your amazing award-winning story. So we heard, a little bit about it in the video that made me tear up. And, but I'm wondering, what inspired the story?
That's a great question. A few different things. I wrote that story at a moment, it was in the 2nd year of my MFA, and I had been writing stories for that first year. I'd been writing stories through undergrad. And somehow every story I wrote ended up being about mothers. And so that story was written at a moment of frustration where I wondered if I could ever write anything else. If I could ever write a story that wasn't about a mother and a daughter. And I thought, okay, what if I just pack in as many mothers as I can into one story, and then maybe I'll exhaust myself, and then maybe I can move on to other things. That didn't happen. I continued to write stories about mothers and daughters the rest of my time in the MFA. But yeah, that story was me kind of trying to max out everything that I was thinking about in terms of that relationship between mothers and daughters. And it was written for a workshop in the MFA, and how I tended to write was I would have a deadline come up, I would pull a couple all-nighters the day before the deadline, and I would write something. I would look at a scraps document and see if something in that document inspired me, an idea or a sentence or a setting idea. And I remember that I had like a line in that scraps document that I think it just said something like a store where you can buy mothers, based on how they looked, based on whatever features they had. And then the idea evolved into what it is now, which is a shelter where you can adopt mothers. But that's kind of where it started.
It's the story has such meaning for me as a mother, as a daughter, now as a nanny, watching my own daughter become a mother. And so I'm so happy to hear that you are not abandoning something that is so rich. And so I'm wondering, would you please honor us with reading a passage from your story, and then we can talk a little bit about why you chose that.
That sounds great. Thank you. All right. I'm going to read from... I'm realizing now that we should have put page numbers on this so that I could tell you guys where I'm reading from. But it's kind of in the middle, and I'm starting at the very top of the page. It starts, "At work, she gets to observe." Okay. At work, Avni gets to observe a shoot for the first time. She is tired and jittery and building a booth with thick black cloth in the lobby of an ugly high-rise near Atria Mall. She stands in for the model while the cameramen set up their lights. She moves as instructed to. She flinches at the flash. She closes her eyes when the lights get too bright. "You, move," someone yells. When Avni opens her eyes, there, 2 feet away, surrounded by hair and makeup ladies, dressed in all white, with strings of pearls wrapped around her swanny neck, wind machine blowing her hair dramatically back, is Aishwarya Rai. The shoot takes hours. Aishwarya turns this way and that, offers long, slow, cat-like blinks to the cameras. She is selling volume-shocking mascara, and it is shocking how beautiful she is. Avni tries to lock eyes, tries to slow blink back at her. They break for lunch, and someone brings around chutney cheese sandwiches for the crew. Aishwarya sits on one of those high makeup chairs and feeds herself a Caesar salad. Avni watches. The pieces of romaine are too big. Oh no, they're smudging her perfect makeup. Her personal assistant is putting on a pair of disposable gloves. Her personal assistant is ripping each romaine leaf into smaller bites, one by one by one. "Chai?" someone says. Avni takes it without shifting her gaze. She drinks without shifting her gaze. She spills chai on her white shirt and says, "Shit." Aishwarya hears. Aishwarya sees. Avni doesn't know what to do now that they are actually holding eye contact. She slow blinks. Aishwarya's eyes narrow, but she does not blink back. From somewhere else in the room, the director claps his hands loudly, and Aishwarya disappears under a fluster of people armed with cotton pads and makeup brushes and bobby pins. Avni dabs at her shirt, but she only makes the stain worse. Her boss's intern, a skinny man in skinny jeans and a gunji, comes up to her and says they don't need her anymore. She can leave. "But what if I don't want to leave yet?" she protests, holding the shirt away from her body and squeezing. A few drops of chai fall to the floor. "Sorry," he shrugs. "Aishwarya ma'am wants you gone." "No," Avni says, letting the fabric go. It falls back onto her body, sticks wetly to her stomach. "Why?" The intern tugs at his own gunji uncomfortably. "She said you scared her?" he says, like a question. In Avni's head, an image reverses. A white stretch limousine pulls up outside a middle-class apartment building in Panvel, Aishwarya Rai inside. The passenger door opens, then closes. The limo speeds off. A young girl picks herself up off the ground and watches as it disappears. Aishwarya, Avni says, while the intern tries to tug her away. Aishwarya, I'm sorry. From the middle of all the makeup artists and hairstylists, a long, pale arm extends outwards and rises up like a kind of deity. It offers a graceful red carpet wave. Goodbye. Avni drives home in a very regular-sized Maruti Suzuki. And I'll stop there.
Heartbreaking. Tell us, what made you choose that part of this amazing story?
I think this part of the story feels like almost the emotional climax, one of the moments of emotional climax where Avni is rejected by a figure that she sees as aspirational and sees as fulfilling this role in her life in some way. And so partly because of that, partly because I think a lot of the resonances of the story come together here. The refrain of the white limousine, the idea of consumerism and beauty, advertising, all of that kind of comes together in this scene. And also because Mom suggested it. But no, I considered other places, and I think that if you haven't read the story before, this feels like a scene that I can read without having to offer too much additional context. So, yeah.
Thank you. I was eager to find out what you would choose, and yes, that is a deeply tender moment. So thank you. And you know, you mentioned a bit of this, but your story explores really complicated themes: women's beauty standards, celebrity worship, consumerism, social isolation, and loneliness, all within the context of the mother-daughter relationship. And so I'm wondering, is there a specific message you're hoping to convey, or a particular feeling you're hoping to evoke in the readers as they are, you know, reading your story?
That's a great question. I think exactly because of all of these things you mentioned, you know, celebrity worship, consumerism, beauty standards, I think I wanted the chance to explore that while still offering empathy to all of the characters in the story. And so I don't know if there's a message beyond, I think we should all offer each other grace, and understand that we're doing the best we can in these relationships, given the kind of messaging that we deal with every day. And so yeah, the mother-daughter relationship in this is kind of a way to explore all of these different things, because I think that's such a fundamental relationship. Obviously it's, you know, the most fundamental thing in your life as you're growing up is the relationship between a parent and a child. And so I think using that to explore the ways in which societal messaging impacts an interpersonal relationship felt like a productive road to go down.
You are deeply empathic. I saw myself in each of the characters, and so to be able to see yourself in others, I think, makes that connection so beautiful in such a short space.
Thank you.
It's amazing. And so now I'm wondering, I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about cultural context and storytelling. And you know, we've heard from authors that in a profoundly ethnocentric way, a number of prominent writers, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, Jhumpa Lahiri, Toni Morrison, and many others, have been asked why their stories don't include characters outside their own cultural background. And so what I'm wondering is, have you ever been pressured, or have you ever felt pressure to translate cultural nuance for non-Indian readers? And if so, how did you handle that?
I think for a long time, the assumption for me was that you could only write about white people. And so if I go back and look at stories that I wrote in high school, none of them were South Asian. They all had white names and were presumably white people. And it took until my first year in college, not in an English class, but in an anthropology class, where we were assigned to write a series of essays over the course of the semester, and I ended up writing each essay about something related to India. So one of them was about saris, one of them was about ISRO, India Space Program. And I remember going to my professor in office hours and apologizing to her that they were all about India. And she looked at me like I was crazy and said, "Why would you apologize for that? Your American peers are writing about America. Of course it makes sense that you would write about India." And that kind of broke something open for me and kick-started the realization that I could just write Indian characters and Indian stories and not have to apologize for it. And I was very lucky that that happened when I was 18. And I think now, 7 years later, or no, more than that, 9 years later, I'm very comfortable with the idea that my stories will have different levels of access for different people. I think that's one of the pleasures of writing and reading, is that everyone will pick up something different from it, and I don't feel the need to make sure that every single reader gets exactly the same thing from a story. I think that instinct leads you to write stories that are less specific and therefore less interesting. So yeah, it's something that I used to think about, and it's something now that I'm very comfortable saying, you know, it's okay if not everyone understands this the same way. It's okay if some people understand it better than others.
That's what art's all about. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. I'm so glad that that shift occurred in you.
Me too.
Wow. And now let's shift gears a little bit again and talk about the life of a writer. And so my question is, have you ever felt like you had to justify your choice to pursue writing, especially in response to questions about career plans or job security?
That's a great
question. If you have, how did that feel, and how do you respond?
I think I have been very lucky all my life that my family has been very supportive. And so I've never felt like I had to justify that to them. They've always, I think, believed in my ability to be a writer more than I have. I have always been like, oh, but you don't understand, you can't make a living by being a writer. It's just not possible. You have to do something else. You have to have backup plans. And they've always just believed that I could do it. So I think in that way I'm very lucky. There are questions I think about for myself, certainly. But I think that I don't know how I have this, but I think I just have an innate belief that things will happen. Like, I will find an agent and I will sell a book and the book will come out. And I think partly that's because I don't really know what else I could do. I feel so certain that this is it. So it just has to work out. So hopefully that's how it goes. It works out.
Your humility again. Really, really, you're something. And I hope that there is your inner voice that when people say, you can't make a living as a writer, your inner voice says, watch me.
Thank you.
Right? So thank you for being brave. And thank you for answering all of our questions when we ask that. And listen, I know I'm not the only one who has questions for you here. There are many fans in the audience who have questions, and so we'll give them a chance. But Not yet, not yet. Before we do, I just have a couple more questions. And one of them is, can you give us a peek into what you're working on now so that we know what we can look forward to?
Yeah. I am trying to write a novel, as my bio said. I kind of added that into the bio so that all of you hold me accountable. Now it's out there, which means now I have to do it. But it's something that I've been thinking about for a while, and I've never tried writing anything long form, so it's a new challenge. I'm also starting an MFA in poetry at BU, which is exciting. So hopefully I'll be writing a lot of poetry over the next year, and hopefully by the end of the year I'll have a poetry collection. So yeah, I think there's that. I have a short story collection that I wrote as part of my thesis for my previous MFA that I'm sending to agents and trying to sell and get published. And then I'm individually sending poems and stories to literary magazines and journals, and that takes a very long time. They're terribly underfunded, so it takes like a 6-month period to get accepted or to hear back. So I think everything moves very slowly in the publishing world. So in the immediate future, I have no idea, but in the long term, hopefully I'll have poems coming out places, stories coming out places, and hopefully at some point I will have a novel that will maybe be about mothers and daughters, but also other people. We'll see.
Yay, right? Yes, I have 3 words for that. Yay, yay, and yay. But I'm also thinking, just while you were speaking, I thought, oh, it might be a little bit like writing about white people, right? This idea that writing is writing a novel. I am happy to write. I would be happy to read your grocery list. So that's how meaningful it is to me. So I stole that from like some really funny writer, I think Nora Ephron, but haha, I crack myself up. And another quick one, for those of us eager to read more of your work, are there other stories or poems or, published or otherwise that we could get our hands on?
Yeah, there's some stuff out. This is online on Granta. It's also going to be in Best American Short Stories, which is an anthology that comes out every year. So that is coming out in October this year. And then besides this story, there's a story called Boy Moms online in a literary journal called The Rumpus. And then there's 2 stories that are in journals but not online, so you would have to buy a physical copy. But there's a story called Backstroke in the Southampton Review and My Left Hand Unholy in the Michigan Quarterly Review. And then there's 3 poems online, easy to find, one in the Adroit Journal, one in Booth Journal, and one in Pigeon Pages. And that's all so far.
Okay, this is so exciting. Thank you. We're going to need something while we wait, right? So that's great. Okay, do we have time for one more, or should I open it up? I don't want to be a hog, but I can be, given the opportunity. So here it is. This is my last question before we open it up to everyone else, and that's, what would be a dream come true moment for you as a writer? Like, what's the most extraordinary thing that could happen that, in my mind, probably will happen, but you can dream for now?
Thank you. I think honestly a lot of things happened with this story. It was always a dream of mine to get a story into Granta. They rejected me 3 times before this story snuck in there because it won the prize. So that felt really good.
Really? Snuck in.
It was not even a dream because I didn't think it was possible to get into Best American Short Stories, and somehow this story is going to be in that, so that's really exciting. I think in general, just to have a book out will be the most magical thing. So I think to have a finished piece of work with my name on it out in the world is on its own incredible, and then doubly so because it opens up all of these teaching opportunities, and I would love to be able to teach. So yeah, I can't wait to have a full published book out. I think that will be really magical.
I think that'll be magical for all of us, and so thank you
Thank
for
you.
that. And just a quick, not to be ethnocentric in any way, but I just want to say a quick something about America's Best Short Stories. We read that, I mean, it's such an important anthology every year, and so I just wanted to say, when I saw it, I mean, the Commonwealth Prize is bananas. And America's Best Short Stories will open up your amazing work to so many people, including like juniors in high school who aren't that interested in reading, short stories. So,
Thank you.
but I just, before I turn the mic over, I want to say that sitting in this seat is a great honor. I could cry about it.
Thank you.
Wait,
Thank
just
you
a
for
moment.
doing that.
And I know I'm not supposed to be a braggy person, and I'm not usually a braggy person, but you are worth bragging about. And so thank you. Thank you for this honor. Thank you for the gift of your writing.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you so much.
Right? So I'm gonna do what I should and be kind and just open it up to questions from you, your fans. Who'd like to go first?
Hello. Hi, Sanjana.
Hi.
I'm a friend of your mom from the Chinmaya mission, so I'll introduce myself. Congratulations on winning the prize.
Thank you.
Your mom had sent us this story as it came out, and I remember giving feedback to your parents. It was an amazing story. So I reread it yesterday quickly. So first, a few comments. It's a very impressive story, subtle, but a lot of suggestive moments in it. You show a lot of talent for storytelling, and I told your mom that your daughter needs to write a novel. So good to hear that. I really enjoyed the contradictions in the story, the perfection, all the glamour, but you also had a child shelter in it, and the way you combined that. So that was very good. I wanted to just quickly ask you, this Avni's character, is there a character that you were inspired by, or you've seen, or how much of it is based on truth and fiction?
Thank you. Thank you for
And
coming.
And one last question, why did you choose to leave the ending unresolved? I mean, she goes back, so what do you hope that, how we think about when Avni calls her mother? So those are my questions. Thanks.
Thank you. It's a great question. I think in terms of the character of Avni, the name at least came from one of my favorite novels. It's called Girl in White Cotton by Avni Doshi. And so I think I had just read that novel when I was writing the story, and I loved the novel, and I stole Avni's name for the story. And I think all of my stories have some kernel of truth in them. I think if you are, my family or very close friends, you could probably read my work and pick out a moment of truth and be like, oh, that, I know where that comes from. But I think ultimately the point of fiction is to wrap it all up in your imagination. So my hope whenever I write is that everyone will find their truth in the story. There's definitely moments there that have been inspired by me or my life or my friends. But yeah, I hope that when people read it, they're able to see moments of truth for them in it as well. In terms of the ending, I see the ending in a particular way, I suppose. I see it as a recognizing of the fact that as fraught as this relationship is for Avni, her relationship with her mother, it is ultimately the thing that she needs. And so I see the ending as a moment of hope and connection. But I know people have read it differently and seen it as an almost capitulation to parenting, for example. So I think how you read it could depend on your perspective. But in my mind, when I was writing it, it was this moment of tenderness in a difficult relationship. And so things are unresolved, but there's hope.
Since you're going to become extremely famous, win the Nobel Prize, can I get 3 autographs in the same book?
Yes, of course. Thank you.
That's what my father keeps telling her, that the literature prize. Anybody else for questions? That was going to be my question. I feel really left out. But I have... Thank you. But this is all about girl power. I mean, it's just amazing. Look at this. We have
That's
such
a good question.
Well said, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. There's a cue. Ali's made me promise that the next thing will be about sisters. So I think he'll have to wait a little while. Thank you.
Congratulations. I've seen Sanjana grow from a young child to this lovely lady. And
Thank you.
Sanjana, what's the most difficult part of story writing for you? Because these are so many things happening here.
I think the hardest part always is just getting started. There's a reason that I'm going back to school, and it's that I love deadlines and I love structure. And I think, getting started on anything feels like this insurmountable task unless I have the pressure of a deadline. Which is why when I wrote through the MFA, I would let it get to 2 days before the deadline, and then I would feel the urgency and the pressure, and then I would pull something together. I still find that really difficult, and I think one of the things that I need to do is to develop some kind of routine for myself with writing that feels sustainable beyond, a school system. But that's something I'm still working on. So for the next year, at least, I'll be good, and then I'll have to brainstorm and see how to make writing part of my regular life, not just part of my school life. Well, as a professor, that would be nice. That's the hope.
And the aging.
That too.
Sanj, we're all really proud of you.
Thank you.
And I feel that you've really shortchanged your dad. Remember that he has been the conduit from which your dada's literary skills have passed on to you.
This is true.
So, if nothing else, at least that is there.
That is very true.
I'll just, this is something some of you might have heard before, but Dada's literary genes, it's like, it skipped a generation, but it certainly got across. So. And also the other part about, the Dada's reference is there's an Amitabh Bachchan, and then there's an Abhishek Bachchan. So, but I have Aishwarya Rai.
Let me just share something with you. Like all of us know that nothing of international level is achieved overnight. What has gone behind, at the back of what Sanjana has achieved is, right at the age of 8 or 9, she was a toddler. hardly started, writing sentences. And I have a collection of what she wrote in her school from year to year, the poetry, the stories. And it's been a lot of passion. It's not kind of, just passing, kind of a thing. It's been like very passionate about it, from that age. And I was amazed, in school, they had a competition to write a story in 6 words. 6 words. Every day, Monday, Sanjana wins the competition. Tuesday, Sanjana wins the competition. Wednesday, the same thing. And then she's told, stop competing because, give others chance, kind of a thing. So that's what has gone, at the back of all this achievement. And I'm very confident, I'm like 1000% confident, like that. Sanjana will go a long, long way. You can understand that, okay, pursuing from that age of 8 years, 9 years, and then going to Boston to do undergraduate in creative writing, then masters in UT Austin, and again, and then going back for a second masters in creative poetry writing. So it just added, like on and on and on, That's what has gone behind all this. Thank you.
Great question. This story I submitted for a workshop, and I, had done the regular pull an all-nighter, turn out one full draft, turn that into workshop. And this story didn't actually change very much between that first draft and what it is now. Some like small changes, but maybe 5 came out kind of in the form that it was meant to be, which it's always nice when that happens. I wish it happened more. Yeah, I think kind of like Goldilocks, right? And the idea that you're trying to find this perfect thing. And then in that story, I guess she does find her perfect thing, but I think the point of this story is that that perfect relationship or person doesn't exist, and whatever you think that is, that's not what you need. And so yeah, there was definitely an attempt at that with the adoption as well. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Sanjana, this isn't a question, this is just a reflection. What an amazing, viscerally moving, inspiring short story it is. Keep writing about mothers and daughters. There couldn't be anything more precious in this world than that relationship. So well done. Continue with it. Prakash, that's in no way to outshadow you.
Hi, Sanjana.
Hi.
So we represent Prakash's core group, the Coca Gang.
Yes,
right?
of course. I know.
And I've known your mom since I was a kid. And we grew up, and then we have this great extended family. Your mom's very spiritual. I want to know what makes you spiritual in your writing. What gives you that kick of spirituality to make you write?
That's a great question. I wouldn't call myself particularly spiritual. I think I am influenced by Hindu mythology in my writing, but generally that emerges in the writing as a form of critique rather than anything else, I guess. I think writing possibly is is more spiritual for me than anything else, in that once you get started, it's meditative and you're in the zone for however long it takes to churn out that first draft. And you're trying to channel a particular voice. So yeah, if I had to say that any part of my life was spiritual, it probably would be writing. But other than that, I think Mom has all of the spirituality in our relationship.
For all four of us.
Maybe. She has to work 4 times over. Thank you. Thank you.
Youngsters who want to write, what do you advise?
You know, the advice that I always got was write what you know and write every day. And I find one piece of that useful and I find the other not. I actually love the advice, write what you know. I think that people tend not to like it because it feels like it's boxing you into something, but I actually think that you can write the richest stories if you're minding your own experiences, at least initially. I think once you're a more experienced writer or a more experienced person in the world, like older with more life experience, then maybe you can mine other people's experiences, but I love write what you know to start out with. Write every day has never worked for me, and so I actually think that can be discouraging for young writers, in the sense of if you can't write every day, if your brain doesn't work like that, maybe you feel like writing just isn't for you, it's not something you can do. And so I would push back against that and say that you don't have to write every day, you just have to find a way of writing that is sustainable and works for you. And then the other advice that everyone gives that is still true is just read a lot. Find stuff you like to read and read so much and see what comes. Right now I'm reading a book called, what is it called? Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead. It's a novel by Olga Tokarczuk. It's a novel in translation. I'm only a couple chapters in, but it's stunning. It's kind of a literary murder mystery, and it's really beautiful. But in terms of just stuff that I love to read, I read a lot of literary fiction, a lot of speculative fiction. I love reading short stories. I think not enough people love short stories. And so, yeah, Avni Doshi, who wrote The Girl in White Cotton, Danielle Evans, who's a short story writer, has a couple books that I love. Carmen Maria Machado has a short story collection called Her Body and Other Parties, which I keep coming back to. Jhumpa Lahiri, A Temporary Matter, I think has some of the best short stories to like read and learn from, because she's just so good at the classic short story. Yeah, I could go on about favorite books, but those are some of them.
Sanjana, just one last question. I was just wondering if Aishwarya Rai actually read your book, what do you think should be her takeaways?
I don't know. I did get a very angry tweet from an Aishwarya Rai fan after the story came out, saying that Aishwarya Rai is beautiful inside and out, and I shouldn't have portrayed her the way I did in my story. I don't know. I hope she would know that this is just a character and not based on her. But I guess she's a mother to a daughter, and she's a daughter herself. And so I guess I hope that she would read the story and find meaning in it, and find it a way to kind of look at herself and her relationships as well.
Just one more anecdote to add to what my father was saying, and something that Sanjana happened to say was that good writers have to be voracious readers. You know, it's about you write what you know, and the more one reads, the more one knows. So that, I think, is at the heart of a lot of that, what we saw all through these decades. She worked in a literary agency in Boston in one of her summers, and they called her later, the 4 or 5 partners, and the chief partner said that you're my best intern I've ever seen in my career, and I'm waiting to see where you get to. And so I happened to ask her about how many manuscripts does she have to read, and if I got that right, I think I was thinking like, okay, 2 or 3 in a week or a couple of weeks. So she said 3 a day. And then I said, serious? Like how many pages? And it was all, a couple of 100 pages. And then they have to mark them up, give comments, remember, the elements that need to be given to the author about feedback. And then she said, and 1 poetry manuscript as well, besides that. So it is that level of voraciousness, So I've seen sort of sitting next to her on a flight, and the Kindle, I'm like reading the first sentence and then click, 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 click. It's like, so it's a different, can go on. So I think I'll give it to Rashi to close.
Sorry, I'm just wondering if one of Sanjana's friends from childhood would like to say a few words, since they've known her.
Don't put them on the spot.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica, and I've known Sanjana, I think, since we were 2 or 3. Basically known each other our entire lives. I just wanted to say a few words. I feel like this moment is something that I knew it would come one day for Sanjana. I think growing up, she was that one person who, wherever we were, she always had a book on her at all times. Like if there's like a 10-minute break between activities, she would just like get her book out. So she was also that person who always inspired me to read more and kind of, just try and get my creative juices flowing. But I'm just very happy for her. Absolutely loved reading this work of hers. And like everyone in the room, I'm super excited for all the wonderful stuff she's going to do.
Thank you so much, Jess. We have 2 of her very close friends here today, Dani and Jess, and really having them here makes me so happy. So I just also want to add one more anecdote to Daddy's and Prakash's, which is that when she was 4 or 5 months old, like she was not just about sitting, and she would, I was that time doing direct marketing for Dorling Kindersley. So I had all these picture books and colorful books with me. And this child would be pointing at the book to say, open the book and show me. And then when she was crawling at the age of 8 or 9 months, she would crawl to the wall where the books were kept, like, facing you. And so that she could see the covers of each book. And then she would crawl to the wall and tell me which book to take out and read to her. So I think this is just the only thing that she was born to do. And so other children would go and play with the ball. They would run behind the ball. They would play on the swings and slides. This one did none of that. And I used to wonder that how can she not do these things which all children do? All she wanted to do was sit and read. So you can see where that's brought her today. And we are so happy for that. So, Sally, on behalf of our family, thank you all so much. Thank you, Colleen, first of all. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today and for asking such thoughtful questions. Thank you, Sanjana, for giving us insight into your writing process and your journey. Finally, thank you everyone for being here. We are so proud, happy, and grateful to celebrate this milestone with our loved ones. I would like Sanjana's Nani to present a token of our appreciation to Colleen.
You're so sweet.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much, Colleen. We love you. And a small token for Sanjana.
Thank you.
All of you have really made this evening special. Thank you so much for coming. We want photos with all of you. So if we haven't got them, then please, we will take photographs outside. And now we'll open up the high tea. Please join us for that.
Yeah, thank you all so much. It's so special to have so many people here and to get the chance to see everyone while I'm in Bombay. Thank you, Colleen, for doing this in your last week here and taking the time out. I'm so grateful. And thank you to my mom and my dad and Ali and Raju Mama for putting this together on such short notice. I'm so happy and grateful that, yeah, the room is full and my heart is full and we should go eat.
I just want to add one thing, which is sometimes, you're blessed and that's wonderful, and each one of us many of us have kids already, like kids, some have grandkids, but we can all see how each generation is so much better than the previous one. It's just incredible. So we are all blessed. Urvashi and I are doubly blessed. Truly, we didn't talk about the other part, but it is, just as an example, everything that you saw put up together was done at home. The sound, of course, let us down a little bit in the beginning, those clips. But having said that, amazing quality of work in such a quick time, the kind of creativity, that we see in Alicia. So, credit to her as well. So yeah, let's enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you, everyone.